For 9 years, he raised those kids. And then a DNA test blew his world apart. I mean, those words, they just hit you, don't they?
They really do. It's the core of what we're talking about today. A devastating scenario.
Absolutely. So picture this. A man living what he thinks is, well, the perfect life. 35, married to Caroline for 9 years. They've got 2 kids, James and Sonia.
A standard picture, right? They even decided their family was complete. He had a vasectomy a few years back.
Exactly. Seems like settled happiness. You know, the whole package.
And that's the foundation, isn't it? Years of building this life, this trust, raising kids together. It creates such a powerful sense of security.
So when that starts to crumble,
It's like a personal earthquake. Immense.
and the first little tremor, it comes in such a mundane way. He's just in the bathroom one morning, normal routine, and he spots this tiny silver square on the floor.
The back of a birth control pill.
Yeah, Wednesday, it says. But here's the thing, the real gut punch. They haven't used birth control in years, not since the vasectomy. His mind must have just been racing.
Total dissonance.
Yeah.
This tiny object just doesn't fit the reality he knows. His brain's scrambling, trying to make sense of it.
Right. And his first thought, interestingly, isn't even suspicion, it's worry. Is Caroline sick? Hiding something serious?
But they just had checkups, apparently. Both clear.
So that explanation doesn't really hold. Still, that little silver square, it just bothers him. Later that morning, she's still asleep, and he does something, completely unlike him. He searches.
Not frantically, though.
No, that's the unsettling part. It's quiet, deliberate, and hidden away inside an old aspirin tin, under some tampons.
Yeah.
He finds them. A whole stash of birth control pills.
The same brand she used before the vasectomy.
Exactly. And in that instant, there's only one conclusion that makes any sense, however awful. It hits him like a ton of bricks. She was sleeping with someone who could get her pregnant. She cheated on me.
And the fact they were hidden, deliberately concealed, that speaks volumes, doesn't it? It's not just infidelity, it's planned deception.
9 years, just shattered. Right there. Okay, let's rewind a bit. How did this life even start?
Well, they met right after he finished university, at a bar. He was starting his engineering career, she was an assistant.
And he was pretty smitten. He mentioned she was tall, athletic. He was really taken by her. They got married pretty quickly, within a year.
That's fast.
Yeah. Then James arrived, then Sonia. And after Sonia, that's when they decided 2 kids, family complete, and he had the vasectomy.
So from his perspective, everything was on track. The career, the family, the perfect life as he saw it.
Until that little piece of foil. Now suddenly it's all chaos inside his head. But amidst the emotions, one thing becomes clear. He needs proof.
You can't just accuse her based on a feeling or that one discovery.
Exactly. He needs, in his words, cold, clear facts. So he makes a choice. He's going to hold off, gather evidence.
Which leads him down a pretty dark path, really, ordering paternity tests online.
Uh-huh. And surveillance gear.
Yeah.
Tiny voice recorders for her car, her handbag. Small cameras for the house.
Even though he didn't really expect her to bring someone home.
Right, but he wanted to cover all bases. It's methodical, almost detached, isn't it?
It really shows the trust has just evaporated. He's basically become a spy in his own marriage.
He even looks into phone cloning software, buys a burner phone for it, and while he's waiting for all this stuff to arrive, he watches her.
Just observes her.
Yeah, her behavior, completely normal. Their intimacy, their sex life, it continues like always. Nothing seems off.
Which must have been torture for him. This huge discrepancy between what he suspects and what he sees.
Totally. It fuels this awful conflict. Is he going crazy, or is she just incredibly good at hiding it? Maybe, he thinks, it's been going on so long, it's just a routine for her.
That contrast, his internal turmoil versus her outward calm, it's psychologically brutal.
Then the packages start arriving. The DNA kits, the recorders, the tiny cameras, the cloning kit, the spare phone. He gets home early one evening, the au pair is still there.
And he starts setting up.
Yes, installs the cameras. Bathroom, living room, bedroom, making sure one has a clear view of the bed. It's grim.
And then the DNA collection.
Oh, that part is just heartbreaking. He's putting the kids to bed, James and Sonia, and he secretly swabs their cheeks. Can you imagine? Then he swabs himself, packs it all up, sends it off. Results promised in 48 business hours.
That act alone, swabbing his own kids in secret, it's such a violation of everything they supposedly shared.
Yeah.
Shows the depth of his fear.
Later that night, Caroline gets home. They have dinner. It must have felt like acting in a play, just going through the motions.
A complete facade.
While she's in the shower, he plants the recorders, tries cloning her phone, but nothing. The cloned phone is clean, no weird messages, no strange numbers.
So the doubt creeps back in. Or maybe she's just incredibly careful.
Exactly. Maybe he is wrong. The weekend passes. More of the same. Intimacy Saturday, Sunday morning. Just part of the routine, he thinks, with this growing dread. He checks the pill strip again. More pills gone.
It has to be her.
It has to be. Monday comes. He tells Caroline he's working from home. The second she leaves, he's reviewing the camera footage.
And the bathroom camera.
Confirms it. Clear as day, she's taking the pills. But the real bombshell comes from the bedroom footage.
What happened there?
Saturday night, while he was downstairs. She showered, sat on the bed, pulled out her phone, texting someone. But
Those messages weren't on the phone he cloned.
Exactly. The horrible realization hits him. She has a second phone. A secret phone. He watches on the recording, his heart probably pounding out of his chest as she finishes texting, goes to the air vent in the wall, opens it, and hides the phone inside.
Wow. Concrete proof. Undeniable. No more ambiguity.
The moment she leaves for work the next day, he checks the vent. It's empty.
She takes it with her. Hides it there when she's home.
Right. That evening, he's just watching her, every move. She comes home, drops her bag, usual routine. After dinner, she showers. He quickly checks her bag, no phone. It has to be in the vent.
How does he get it?
He realizes the vent connects to Sonia's room. So he creeps into his daughter's room, heart hammering, prizes open the vent from her side. And there it is, the phone.
Oh man, the tension.
He grabs it, runs to his office, clones it super fast, super focused, then races back, puts the phone back just as he hears Caroline moving upstairs. He sits by Sonia's bed, stroking her hair, trying to look normal.
Pretending.
Caroline comes in. "Something wrong?" she whispers. And he lies, his voice probably thick. Sometimes I just sit with them, just to remind myself how lucky I am.
Oof. The irony.
Yeah.
He's taking such a huge risk, all while maintaining this illusion.
The next day at the office, the wait is finally over. He checks the cloned second phone. His world just implodes. Messages, explicit messages, page after page, intimate details shared with someone else. No names, just raw detail. Rendezvous, shared memories, things about her body, sounds she makes, things he thought only he knew.
Okay.
And there's zero mention of him, not once. In this secret world they built, he doesn't exist. He's just the placeholder.
Placeholder. That's brutal.
He just breaks down, tears screaming, completely overwhelmed. He doesn't even hear his secretary, Michelle, buzzing him. She finds him slumped over his desk, a wreck.
But she just supports him.
Yeah. She doesn't push, just offers this quiet presence. Says softly, "Tell me." And he does. The whole story pours out: the foil, pills, cameras, the secret phone, the messages. She listens, doesn't react much, but at some point, he realizes she's holding his hand.
The simple human connection when he needs it most. That level of detail in the messages, it confirms it wasn't just physical, it was deep, erasing him completely.
Michelle, she snaps into action. Very decisive. "You need more information," she says. "DNA results are due tomorrow. Can you hold on?"
Practical. Grounded.
She books him a flight to Portland, just like that. Sends a text to Caroline from his phone. "Urgent thing in Portland. Back Thursday. Love you."
Creating an alibi.
Caroline replies instantly. Casual. "Okay, let me know when you land. See you soon. Love you." Michelle gives this tiny, knowing smile.
She sees it. The disconnect.
Then Michelle calls a friend, a divorce lawyer named Lorraine. Sets up a meeting, tells him, "Go clean yourself up. You have an appointment." He's too numb to argue.
Michelle's really taking charge, guiding him. It's crucial at that point.
Lorraine, the lawyer, she's blunt. No sugarcoating. Lays out 3 options. Do nothing. Try for an amicable divorce, which she thinks is unlikely given the deception, or go nuclear.
Nuclear. That's a strong word.
And it hits him, that word. It's like a switch flips. He's done being the victim, the fool. Nuclear, he says, resolve in his voice.
The pain is turning into action. Maybe even revenge.
Lorraine nods. Good. Then we begin. That night, Michelle checks him into a hotel. Next morning, over breakfast, she lays out a plan. Meet the company lawyer, Brian. Cash out the 401k. Release home equity.
Getting the finances sorted, or rather unsorted.
And then the Vegas suggestion. Go there, make it look like he's losing money, appear less stable financially. He worries about the court seeing his assets.
But Michelle counters.
Only if you still have them when proceedings begin, she says. That's the point. But then she softens a bit. If they are yours, she says, we put everything in a trust for them. Secure. She can't touch it.
So even in the midst of this nuclear plan, there's still a thought for the children, contingent on the DNA.
Right as they're talking, the email alert pops up. DNA results. He just stares at it. Can't click it. Pushes the phone to Michelle. "Can you open it?"
Oh, that moment, the dread.
She looks. "They're not posted yet," she says gently. Says within the next 12 hours. So they carry on with the plan.
Emptying accounts, selling shares, taking on debt with Brian's help.
Exactly. On paper, he's suddenly deep in debt, but he feels weirdly in control again. Back at the hotel, a text from Caroline. Didn't message when you landed. Everything okay? Let me know. Love you.
The casualness must be infuriating.
He stares at it, this cold fury building, deletes it, no reply. Then Michelle takes him somewhere unexpected. A medical center. Vasectomy reversal consultation. The doctor explains it all, and suddenly there's this tiny flicker of hope. Maybe he could still be a father someday. His own children.
Wow. Talk about emotional whiplash. The potential loss of the kids he raised versus the potential for future fatherhood.
Their next stop is even more intense. They go to the neighborhood where Bill Wright lives, Caroline's boss.
Ah, the other man. Though he doesn't know for sure yet, does he? Or does he suspect?
He must suspect heavily based on the messages, even without names. They meet Bill's wife, Stephanie. Turns out she had suspicions too, but no proof.
So he tells her everything.
Lays it all out. The timeline, the pills, the second phone, the messages. Tells her the DNA results are coming, strongly suspects Bill is the father. He even mentions seeing footage of his son calling Bill Papa Bill.
Oh, that must have destroyed Stephanie. Her world collapsing too.
She's shaken, asked for Lorraine's number. That night, back at the hotel, he can't sleep. Then, the final DNA results email arrives.
That's it.
Again, he can't open it. Pushes the phone to Michelle. Please, you read it.
And her reaction.
A sharp intake of breath. Oh, Gary, she says, voice full of sorrow. I'm so sorry.
Neither James nor Sonia are his.
Oh my God, both of them.
Both, and they share the same biological father, Bill Wright. Confirmed.
The ultimate betrayal. Not just infidelity, but the theft of his fatherhood. 9 years. Exactly. First, just emptiness. Then this overwhelming white-hot rage. She didn't just lie. She stole his life, stole his chance to be a father to his kids.
Unimaginable pain.
Michelle keeps them together somehow. They meet Lorraine again. And the news just keeps getting worse. Caroline had Bill stay over at their house while he was supposedly in Portland.
The audacity.
He refuses to watch the bedroom footage, can't handle it, but they watch the living room feed. The front door opens. Bill walks in with his own key.
His own key. Unbelievable.
And little James runs up shouting, "Papa Bill!" and hugs him.
Oh no, seeing that.
He just breaks, completely collapses, sobbing. Michelle holds him, just silent comfort.
There are no words for that.
Lorraine goes into overdrive. Lawsuit against Caroline's company, anti-fraternization policy violation, using the prenup, making him look broke. It's swift, brutal.
The nuclear option in full effect.
Michelle helps him pack a bag. They have to leave his house before a restraining order lands. He's exiled from his home, his kids, everything.
It happens so fast.
Incredibly fast. The legal stuff moves quickly too. Settlement with Caroline's company, Bill's fired, Caroline's contract terminated, financial payout, a separate payout from Bill. Then the final divorce meeting.
How's that go?
Brutal. Caroline won't even look at him. Her lawyer tries to negotiate, but Lorraine shuts it down with the prenup, the DNA. Cold, hard facts.
What does he say to Caroline?
Just 9 years, his voice totally empty. 9 years? You lied? He explicitly states the children aren't his, tells Lorraine no further legal ties, fires the au pair on the spot, figured out she must have known, covered for them.
Cleaning house completely.
Caroline leaves with the kids. He falls apart again. Michelle is there. She reminds him about the court order. They have to leave. He moves into her spare room. She's just there for him. Quiet support.
And the final outcomes.
Stark. Bill Wright ends up dead. Apparently, Stephanie caught him with Caroline again, and well, the final divorce decree arrives, and he feels free.
Free, but at what cost?
Exactly. Then something completely unexpected happens. Michelle kisses him.
Really? After all that?
Yeah. A deep kiss. She confesses she's had feelings for a long time, admires his character, how he handled everything, and he realizes, amidst all the horror, his own feelings for her have grown.
Wow. A new beginning, maybe.
It seems so. His final question to her, hesitant but hopeful. How many children should we have?
A powerful ending. Finding hope after such complete devastation. It speaks to resilience, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
So let's break down these characters a bit. The husband, he starts off trusting, maybe a little naive.
Definitely secure in his world. Then the betrayal just shatters him. But he transforms, doesn't he? Becomes driven, needing justice, needing control back.
Yeah, his methodical approach, gathering facts, it's a coping mechanism, but also shows the depth of the wound, losing those 9 years, that false fatherhood. The scars must be deep, even with this hopeful ending.
And Caroline, her motivations remain unclear, really, but her actions, utterly devastating. The consequences ripple outwards, tragically.
And Michelle starts as just a supportive colleague, right? But her loyalty, her affection, it really comes through.
She's incredibly strong, proactive, provides practical help, sure, but that unwavering emotional support, it's crucial. Her belief in him helps him find a path forward.
Okay, so some questions for you to think about. At what point do you think, did he truly commit to that nuclear option? Was there a single moment?
That's a tough one. Maybe hearing the word itself, or maybe seeing Papa Bill on the video. It's hard to pinpoint the exact snap. What do you think?
I lean towards the Papa Bill moment, the visual confirmation of replacement. Brutal. Okay, next question. Michelle's actions, purely supportive from the start. Or were there maybe underlying feelings influencing her help?
It's possible, isn't it? The level of dedication was extraordinary. Maybe the crisis allowed feelings that were already there to surface, but her support seemed genuine regardless.
Yeah, hard to say for sure. And finally, even with this newfound freedom, this new relationship, what about the long term? What emotional baggage might he still carry?
Oh, definitely trust issues. The ghost of that betrayal, the loss of those 9 years, the complex feelings about the children he raised, that won't just vanish. There's a lot to unpack, even in a new, hopeful chapter.
Absolutely. A complex story with no easy answers.
Indeed.
If this story moved you, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube.